his people were arrested. They were
Let
chased
me do a
around.
backtrack I know SL Zama, you want to probably react, but let me remind us to affirm what all of us are saying here is we think that the people Tchiroma together should do better than they're doing right now because they don't seem to have learned a lesson. Look at when it started in 2016, late 2016. By Stafruya and I were in Cameroon. You know, I was living in
Yes.
Yaoundé. I was
Yeah, I know.
doing on reporting. Good. Now, we took them unawares. First of all, usually they will manipulate the news. We took them first of all on social media. We started the war on social media. We were
Yes.
giving our own reports and we saturated the atmosphere from CRTV and the Canada and the STV. And they couldn't do anything. Bia and his proxies on media, they started sending MTN text messages to us on phone to threaten us.
I
In
did most of the
January,
work.
yeah, yeah, yes. In January, they arrested Agbobala. We took it to a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
They started invading all Anglophone quarters in Yaoundé and Douala. In Bonaberi, they would come in Biamasi, Obili, all of those places, they invaded it because we took it to a whole new level.
And ended up with
Now,
arresting Seteko.
Agbobala thought that after 8 months to be connived, and when they realized that we took it to a whole new level, they had to rush and meet Agbobala for some negotiations to say, hey, oh boy, come out and see if you can get these people to calm down because they are not stopping. They were killing people. The more they killed people, the more we resisted. It was peaceful. We were still not with arms at that time. Our people decided they were going to pick up arms only when Mr. Bia on the
Moved to
22nd of September
no 20,
2017. 22nd of
30th
September
of no,
2017.
30th of November at the
No,
airport.
that is still
30th
far
of
away. That's still far away.
yeah.
22nd of September, our people started
Oh yeah.
before
Okay.
30th of November.
Yes.
Manu already had a force. The boys in Manu
Yeah.
and Batibo, Manu was already mobilizing with Batibo. They had arrested a deal, killed gendarmes. It was the gendarmes and
Yeah.
the deals that they had slaughtered that provoked Biya to stand in the airport and declare war. And Biya thought he
Yes.
was going to declare war with the arrogance of all the ministers. They thought, that kind of a thing like David. They knew we didn't have arms. They started talking about
2 weeks.
2 weeks. They were
2 weeks.
running with their army, and we were running towards them. But this, if you look at what Mr. Mbesia is saying, is there's some truth in it. Because the Bia's army is coming, Tchiroma is retreating, and then claiming that he's going to come back. But the difference with us is the army was coming and we're coming. We started beating armies and taking bullets from them and guns from them. They have not done
But
it from them.
they also killed our youth in Manu a lot.
Yes.
In 1 week we lost
That is
1,000.
that's
But
what
that's
I'm
war.
saying, that that is war. These guys, if you are afraid to die,
But
then you are.
francophones cannot do that. Francophones cannot do that, Petty. They have a different culture.
And this is where I'm bringing you now before I review. There are some things happening on the ground now because we have to talk on the other side of President Sako fighting his own battle and
Yes. Yes.
what we're planning to do as the year is closing. But there's something.
Yeah.
I want you to comment there's a video I want to play. But before I play that video, I'd like you to comment.
Yeah, I think Barrister So is, I think he's holding the president-elect Tchiroma a little higher than I expect. A lot of war leaders have led from hiding. De Gaulle fought the Germans from Britain. Um, Kagame and all the other people fought the war from Uganda. We have numerous war people who fought wars from different locations. And given the fact that Mr. Tchiroma is priding himself of running a savvy 21st century internet kind of campaign, He does not need to appear in person. He can appear. Most of these kids are looking at their phone and TikToks and all that stuff to get information. He can order them to go and do what they has to do to maintain the momentum. Because without momentum, you are stuck. You are ignition. So if they don't move, from the time they start moving, it'll be really difficult. They have to keep moving, even though they've not had a fine focus plan. Going back to what the Ambazonians did before they started, this war started, people carried leaves and grass and plants and said, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." And after 1 week, it became shoot, 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 and they were running towards the soldiers, and the soldiers were running away. That's the kind of galvanization that has to be done. And the more the people know that, oh, we can go out there and we can die too, the soldiers can die too, then they start thinking, oh, is it worth it? We have to make them put more pressure on them. And I think our war will be easier if Mr. Tchiroma starts a third front up north so that we can lock up these guys in the lower section of Ambazonia and the southern zone so that they can go to reinforce the other people north. Because the people who've been war hardened or battle hardened are those that have been in the northern zone and southern zone. Those that will be fighting in the north are not really battle hardened. So if we can keep these guys and finish them off, and they will not have no reinforcement or revitalization, it will be very easy for both sides. We will get what we want, and they will get what they want. I think working in tandem is going to help both sides.
Yeah, that's quite important because you are helping to usher us into the next part of this conversation. How we're going to take advantage. But if they are relaxing, we've just seen Star Smart there reporting and showing us an image of the bandit who calls himself a Tanganji, playing a fast one, bribing some bikes. I know the strategy of the French is to get you hungry and get you miserable and get you vulnerable. So you have them vulnerable, taking 2,000, they are filling their tanks. So it's a way of him realizing that he has to mobilize the street in a gangsteric manner. But it is that attitude of Chiruma that I want us to talk about. And I will begin with you, Barrister Fru.
Listen, Paddy. Why Commander Zama may think that I'm taking Suruma's side? I want this fight.
No, he said you
I
are
want
putting
this
it
fight.
too high.
Wait, wait. I want this fight because it will be to our advantage. But for anybody, for us to dismiss Churuma now
It's not
is
good.
tactless. It's
Okay.
tactless. Because
Well,
if this fight stops now, it is not to our advantage. That's why
okay.
I insist that he's building a rebellion and he's also fighting. It's also getting. It's also on the diplomatic front. I talked to my classmate. Eric Chinje is my classmate. We have classmates. I've been talking to my classmates. I don't talk to Chinje, but I talk to my classmates, and they tell me what Chinje has been saying. Churma publicly does not want any Cameroonian to be killed, but deep down there, there's a revolution building. There's a rebellion building, and that's what I want to hear. I want to see La Republique smell the coffee, the way our people have suffered. 65,000 of our people have been slaughtered. But I cannot dismiss somebody whom I am hoping that would be that revolution. And I still believe that he's going to be building it. If you want to dismiss him now, means you want us to start preparing to deal with Bear again once again. Churuma has already promised that he will meet us on the table. That is a point. Just the fact of meeting us on the table is enough for me. What happens on the table, he is no longer in command. He is not an Ambazonia. We take care of ourselves. We will not yield. But the point I'm making is Churuma is the trump card that we have. We have to do everything to let the world know that Churuma is building a revolution. And that revolution can only work to our advantage. It cannot work against us. That's my take. And that is one thing that I agree with Commandant Zama, that we won the fight. But to dismiss him now, it means that we have no choice to deal with Dia. Dia right now is an illegitimate president. I don't see how he will govern that country at this present time. Is everybody gone? Paddy,
Now you have not spoken about something.
you have gone? Did you hear what I said?
I heard you.
Did you?
I said you have not spoken
Okay.
about one thing. I want us to talk about what Atanganji is doing. He's now
I just said it.
going.
Atangaji is an evade, an escaped prisoner from New Bell. Atangaji is doing what he has to do, is what he has to do to survive. Look, I have practiced law in that Douala, and I tell you that when they release you from prison, they give you sign what they call bulletin de croix. That's a document you take out, and you can go and get your identity card.
Yeah.
For Shibe just took him out like that. He has no. If you look at the prison record, it's written there, evade. Means that it's an escapee. This man is a criminal. You just listen to the way he talks. He stands before administrators and he's talking, he's dishing out rubbish. He's sometimes incoherent,
Very quickly,
but he is also bribing. He's also bribing people publicly, and that is money from the public treasury. How does the world feel about that when they see that picture?
That's terrible. Let's talk about this very quickly, Barrister Ambazonia. Do you think that Cameroon is using the Machiavellian method of leadership, getting thieves to do their dirty games, which I'm going to play the video of one thief after now, like Atanganji, and it is working for their favor? Because look at now, Atanganji is manipulating the hungry guys on the street with bribery. Barrister Ambazonia, please.
Well, it looks like sometimes we don't understand what they're doing. I said it earlier. Atanganji is doing what he is best at doing. When Atanganji in 2017, 2018 said there's no Anglophone problem, who of us thinks that Atanganji did not know there's a problem? Atanganji knew there's a problem at the start of heart. There. But he's trying to portray no mercy to get money, to get profit out of it. As of now, he's still doing the same thing. He has gone to the north. He has gone to the Adamawa. He has gone to the far north to show that Tchiroma, who comes from there, is not in control. He's come as going around giving money, surrounded by his troop of administrators, telling those people, and they were at large, they were in control. There's nothing wrong. Do you believe him? I don't believe him. But that is what he is doing. You cannot ask what he's doing. That is exactly what he's doing. That's what he has been doing with the so-called Anglophone problem. Trying to give a narrative where there's nothing going on. Trying to tell us and the world at large that everything is in order. And then you hear them, we're in control. We're in control. You think he's mad? We say those things. He's trying to sell something behind the screen. So Atanganji is doing exactly what he has been doing, starting from the so-called Anglophone crisis. Would that succeed with Tchiroma? I doubt. But again, back a little bit. So nobody is dismissing Tchiroma. What we are giving our opinion here is simply advice on how you better structure his struggle. We don't dismiss him. We don't have to choose who is the president. But we have not dismissed him. We have simply said that if he wants to succeed, let him take this step, let him take this step. It's a pure advice. We don't dismiss him. And so he can take it or can leave it. Whether he's going to be our next partner or not. We want to see him there. Not even because he wants to be our partner. I want to see him there because he won the election. He won the election. And so he should be there. But how to get there to 2D is where we advise him that you don't do it that way. You don't go and sit in yours One day you appoint somebody. Next week you give a lockdown because revolutions don't work that way. You cannot say you're going for a revolution, it's a revolutionary, and think that people will die. People are already dead. By on the account, they have died more than 100. It's just like coming to the Ambazonia and say, well, we don't want people to die. People are dead. Villages have been destroyed. You and me talking here are just lucky to still be alive. And so when you go to a revolution, the Bible story of an eye for an eye is the thing that works. You hit me, I hit you. You break my teeth, I punch your eye. That's how it works. Because again, a 43-year-old dictatorship will not go down lying down begging for you. They will die fighting because that's their life. They will survive on that, or they will be free, or they will be defeated and they will go to jail. That's just a fact. Over to you.
So talking about Atanganji, you have Atanganji, you have Ngala Gerard, you have Kunda Titus, you have the guy that was in jail and shockingly has been released. We're talking about Moja. We thought
Yes.
they are taking him to hide him, but this is a video of Moja emerging. Let's
nous on a bimé non man no fear vidéo te be parce que quand dodo ka ka pour de bibi chief yes no no on a video yes on a can be watching wait I say me population can na so mo na video te bi how you go to that side? How na come in that side? Population come now so. Basta Tito. Start. Population for Onganjo. Population for Onganjo. Now that people they beat Unachi. Now they beat Unachi. I say so I want to for all man for Paco for Cameroon. So who need to lost into a hand episode? People for Onganjo, now be do not chief. People. I don't come today, I know I can them. They go there for forces of law. Now them be chief. Dirty, Mama mia! Hey, Kinga! Hey, Kinga! Hey, Kinga! Hey, Kinga! They post them. Na my video. I said, Onganjo, I said, nous on a bimé non man no fear vidéo te be parce que quand dodo ka ka pour de bibi chief yes no no on a video yes on a can be watching wait I said me population can na so mo na video te bi how you go to that side how na come in that side
I thought that we should have watched that before I get to you, Zama. So you see, Cameroon has taken him, has gone into prison, threatening him to close some of their tracks, and he has now been released again to come and do some dirty games, this time with more of a strategy. So he's putting on camera what he's not going to put behind camera to say, hey, we are taking them to the forces of law. But we know that this is a man that has committed crimes against humanity, war crimes and crimes against humanity, against his people. The same thing Atanganji Po is doing with the DDR. What they don't seem to realize is that what they do with the DDR is crime against humanity and war crimes.